Part 1. The beginning. Rock bottom. You are 7 years old the first time you get hit. Not in a gym. Not in training. In the kitchen of a 2-bedroom apartment where the heat stopped working 3 weeks ago, and your mother is too proud to tell anyone. Your father isn't angry, he's just gone. Not physically, he's sitting right there. But whatever was inside him that used to make him human, it left a long time ago. And sometimes, when the bottle is empty and the bills are on the table, you feel the weight of that absence like a punch you never saw coming. You learn early that the world doesn't care about your pain. It only respects one thing: strength. By the time you're 14, you've been in 12 fights. None of them were your choice. All of them were in hallways, parking lots, stairwells. You didn't win all of them, but you never stayed down. That's the thing nobody tells you about fighters. It's not about being the toughest. It's about being the last one willing to get back up. You find the gym at 16. A rundown boxing club 3 blocks from your school. The sign outside is half broken. The equipment smells like 40 years of sweat and ambition. The trainer is a 58-year-old Cuban man named Reyes, who takes one look at you and says nothing. He just hands you a jump rope and points to the corner. That first session nearly kills you. Your lungs burn. Your legs give out after 20 minutes. Reyes watches you collapse and says only 4 words. Same time tomorrow. Go. Back the next day. And the day after that. And the day after that. Part 2. The grind. For 2 years, you train every single day. You wake up at 4:30 in the morning. You run 5 miles before school. You go to class smelling like liniment oil and dried sweat. You eat whatever you can afford. Rice, eggs, whatever's on sale. You skip parties. You skip everything. Your friends think you're crazy. Your mother thinks you're going to get hurt. Your father doesn't think about you at all. But inside that gym, for the first time in your life, something makes sense. Fighting has rules. Fighting has structure. You get out what you put in. Nobody can take that from you. Reyes starts teaching you Muay Thai, then wrestling, then BJJ on Tuesday and Thursday nights with a purple belt named Torres, who chokes you unconscious 4 times in your first month. You tap. You get back up. You tap again. You get back up. By 18, you are a different person. Leaner, harder, quieter. The rage that used to live in your chest has found somewhere to go. Your first amateur fight is in a high school gymnasium in front of 40 people. Your opponent outweighs you by 12 pounds and has been training since he was 8. He drops you in the first round with a right hand you never saw. You get up. You win by TKO in the second. Reyes says nothing after the fight. He just nods once. That nod means more to you than any trophy ever could. Part 3. The early struggles. The next 3 years are not a highlight reel. Someone in 4 as an amateur. The 4 losses are brutal. One of them leaves you with a broken orbital bone. One of them ends with you crying alone in a parking lot at midnight, wondering if any of this is worth it. You work a warehouse job from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. You train from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. You sleep. You repeat. There is no social life. No girlfriend. No savings. You are 21 years old and you own 3 pairs of jeans and a gym bag. Reyes gets you a regional promotion fight, your first professional bout. You lose. Split decision. A fight you felt you won. You watch the tape 6 times that night trying to understand. You don't sleep. Your second pro fight you win. Third you win. Fourth is a war. 3 rounds, both of you bleeding, crowd on their feet. You win by unanimous decision, and the promoter backstage shakes your hand and says your name might be one to watch. Might be. You're 22. You have $1,100 in your bank account. You have a 3-1 professional record. You have 2 cauliflower ears and a scar above your left eye. And you have never wanted anything more than this. Breakthrough. At 24, a video of one of your fights goes semi-viral. Nothing crazy. 40,000 views. But a matchmaker in Las Vegas sees it. He calls Reyes. Reyes calls you. The UFC isn't offering you a contract. Not yet. But they want you for a developmental show, a stepping stone, a test. You take it. The fight is in a casino in Nevada. Real production, real lights, real crowd of 3,000 people. You've never felt anything like walking out to that arena. The noise hits you like a physical force. Your legs go numb for exactly 4 seconds. Then something switches. You go out there and you put on the performance of your life. 3 rounds. Dominant. Precise. Everything Reyes taught you for 8 years clicking into place at exactly the right moment. The UFC scouts are in the building. 2 weeks later, you sign your first UFC contract. You call your mother from the parking lot of the gym. She cries. You cry. You haven't cried in 4 years. Reyes shakes your hand, and for the first time ever, he smiles. Part 5. The UFC Rise. Your first 3 UFC fights are not easy. You go 2-1. The loss is a guillotine choke in the first round against a veteran who has been in the UFC for 6 years. It's fast, and it's humbling, and it's exactly what you needed. You go back to the gym the next day. Reyes is already there. Fights 4 through 8 in the UFC. You don't lose once. You're getting better, smarter, more complete. Your striking is elite. Your wrestling has become your secret weapon. Your BJJ can finish fights from anywhere. The MMA media starts talking about you. Podcasts, articles, a small but growing fan base. People are putting your highlight clips on social media. Comments like, "This guy is special," and "Future champion," start appearing. You get a manager. You get a bigger contract. You move out of your apartment and into a real house for the first time in your life. You buy your mother a car. You pay it cash. You stand in the dealership parking lot and you think about that cold apartment when you were 7 years old, and you feel something you don't quite have a word for. Part 6. The title shot. At 27, you get the call. Title shot. Main event. Pay-per-view. 60,000-seat arena. The biggest fight of your life against the reigning champion. A man who has held the belt for 3 years and has never been knocked down. The build-up is 8 weeks of pure chaos. Press conferences, media appearances, photo shoots. Everyone wants a piece of you. ESPN, Sports Illustrated, podcast after podcast. You shake 1,000 hands and say the right things and smile for the cameras. But at 5 a.m. every morning you are in the gym. Every single morning. Because you know who you are and you know what it took to get here, and you are not going to let this moment pass you by. Fight night arrives. You stand in the tunnel beneath 60,000 screaming people, and you close your eyes and you think about the cold gym, the warehouse job, the parking lot after that loss, your mother crying on the phone. Your walk out. Round 1 is feeling out. Round 2, you get dropped with a left hook that turns your legs to water. The crowd gasps. You grab the fence for half a second. Illegal, you know it, you don't care. And you survive. Round 3, you come back and bloody his nose for the first time in his career. Round 4 is the most violent 4 minutes of your life. Round 5. Championship round. Both of you are exhausted. Both of you are hurt. Somewhere in the final 90 seconds, you land a right hand that sends him stumbling into the fence, and you follow with everything you have left, and the referee steps in. The noise is unlike anything you've ever experienced in your life. They put the belt around your waist. You drop to your knees in the center of the octagon, and you scream at the ceiling, and nobody can hear you over 60,000 people losing their minds. You are the UFC champion of the world. Part 7. The good life and the turn. The first 6 months are everything you ever dreamed of. Money. Real money. More than you've ever seen. You buy a house. You buy a car. 2 cars. You hire people. You have a team now. Coaches, nutritionists, media people. Everyone wants to be around the champion. And slowly, quietly, something begins to shift inside you. The hunger that drove you for 10 years, it starts to feel different. Less sharp. Less urgent. You've made it. You did it. You beat the odds. Why does everyone keep treating you like you still have something to prove? You start missing morning sessions. Just one here, one there. Reyes says nothing at first, but you can see it in his eyes. Then the sponsorships come. The nightlife. The people who only exist in your life now because of the belt around your waist. You know that. You tell yourself you know that. But knowing something and feeling something are two different things. At a press conference for your first title defense, a reporter asks about your relationship with your head coach. You pause 1 second too long before answering. Reyes watches the clip at home that night. He calls you the next morning. The conversation is short. You tell him you think it's time you brought in some new perspectives, fresher approaches. You've outgrown some things. There is a long silence on the other end of the line. Then Reyes says, "I hope the belt keeps you warm." He hangs up. You tell yourself you made the right decision. You have the best team money can buy now. World-class coaches, state-of-the-art facility. Everything is better. Everything is upgraded. You don't call him back. Part 8. The cracks. Your first title defense. You win. Convincingly. And it confirms everything you've been telling yourself. You didn't need Reyes. You've evolved past that. Your social media following explodes. 2 million. 5 million. Brand deals. A clothing line. A reality show offer you seriously consider. You are everywhere. But in the gym, quietly, the work is slipping. Your new coaches are yes men. They tell you what you want to hear. Nobody pushes you. Nobody challenges you. Nobody dares. Because you're the champion. And champions don't get told hard truths. Your second title defense goes to a split decision. You win, barely, against someone you should have finished in the second round. The MMA world notices. The narrative starts to shift. You dismiss it. Critics, haters, people who never did anything with their lives. Privately, you know something is wrong. But acknowledging it would mean acknowledging everything else. The skipped sessions, the parties, the version of yourself you've been slowly replacing with something shinier and emptier. Your personal life fractures. The people who knew you before the belt, real ones, you've pushed most of them away. The people around you now tell you you're untouchable. Generational talent, greatest of your era. You start to believe it. Part 9. The fall. Third title defense. Your opponent is 23 years old. He's hungry. He's desperate. He has something in his eyes you recognize but haven't seen in the mirror in a long time. The fight lasts 1 round and 47 seconds. He knocks you out cold in front of 50,000 people. You don't remember the walk back to the locker room. You don't remember the doctor. You sit on a metal folding chair staring at concrete, and for the first time in years the noise is completely gone. Just silence. The locker room clears out slowly. Handlers, team members, the yes men. One by one they find reasons to step out, make calls, give you space. The space they're giving you is permanent, and you don't know it yet. The weeks after the loss are brutal in ways the loss itself wasn't. The phone gets quieter. The brand deals go cold. The show offer disappears. The people who told you that you were untouchable are suddenly very busy. You request an immediate rematch. The UFC says they'll consider it. They don't call back. You hire a new camp. Train hard for 3 months. Fight a number 4 ranked contender. You lose by decision. The UFC calls. They're releasing you from your contract. You are 29 years old. You are an ex-champion. Your savings are not what they should be. You spent it the way people spend money when they think it will never stop coming. You sit in the house you bought with the belt money. Big house. Quiet house. No team. No handlers. No yes men. Just you. Part 10. The truth. There's a moment, and it comes for everyone who falls from a great height, where the noise finally stops and you have to sit with what's real. You were the UFC champion of the world. You had everything. The belt, the money, the respect, the platform. and you burned it. Not because you weren't talented enough, not because the game beat you, but because you forgot who you were before the game gave you anything. You forgot the 4:30 a.m. runs. You forgot rice and eggs. You forgot the parking lot. You forgot Reyes. You forgot that hunger wasn't a phase you were supposed to move past. It was the whole thing. It was everything. There are nights now where you drive past the old gym. Reyes is usually still there, late, working with some 16-year-old kid who smells like ambition and has no idea what's coming. You sit in the car for a while. You don't go in. Maybe tomorrow. The belt didn't make you. You made the belt. And the day you forgot that was the day you started losing it. The question now, the only question that matters, is whether there's enough left of who you were to find your way back. Some fighters do. Most don't. Which one are you going to be?